All right, I want to take a minute and thank all of our sponsors before we actually start this giveaway. Our officers have just done a phenomenal job of getting sponsors. We actually have 23 of them for the club this year. And now the 23 sponsors, they've given some really good stuff, and that's why I want to make sure everybody gets orange tickets, because even, you know, and as far as the tournaments go, you'll always have a chance to win, even if you don't do real well. And these sponsors are giving us enough goods that everybody should go home this year with money that, even though you spent money on the tournament, maybe you'll get some prizes back that will more than pay for your entry that day. So anyhow, here is a list of our sponsors: B&M Poles, TTI Blakemore Roadrunner, Magic Bait, Slider, Ego Nets, Crazy Angler, A&E Marine, Pops Jigs, Crappie Magnet, Drift Master, Black Speck Fishing, Mid-South Tackle, and Crappie Monster. So anyhow, thank you to every one of you. We so much appreciate it. Our club appreciates it. And let's give our sponsors a round of applause. First off, can we have the Monroe winners up? Patrick Stone, Robert McWhorter, Landon McWhorter. Come on up here, guys.
Pat went that way. I think he's right here. Oh, yeah. I saw him coming.
All right, we got new plaques this year. We redid most of them, as you'll probably see. They're black, and they got a little bit different face on them. But first place, since we're the Indiana Slab Masters, first place this year is going to be a State of Indiana plaque with the first place on it. Well, the guys they didn't have the Indiana backs, so the winners, we just gave them a normal first place prize trophy. But now they're here, we're going to make it right and give them the State of Indiana plaques. And they also didn't get a certificate for Big Fish for 12 custom Pops jigs. So come on over here, guys, and get your plaques.
Thank you.
All right, and there's a 12 Pops jigs. So congratulations, guys. Give them another hand. That was a great bag of Monroe. It's a club record.
Thank you very much. All right. Great job, guys. Thank you.
The next thing we're going to do is the closest to the weight prizes.
GPS coordinates. We think it's totally fair. We think it's totally fair. Good job, guys. It sure was. You guys did a great job. Awesome fish.
Okay, the prize one for closest to 2.30 was Roger Claywell and Jason Keene. They had 2.29, and they win $100 and 4 bags of Crappie Monster baits. All right, the second one, it is closest to the weight we state. It's not closest without going over. So the next closest to the 3.67 pounds with how much? Oh, 4.13. 4.13. Their 3.67 was Mike Baxler and Rick Balzer. And they're winning $100 and 3 bags of that big. Actually, they get 4 bags of eights too.
All right, congratulations, guys.
I'll take the money.
Thanks.
Thank you. First place.
All right, finishing in 8th place today. By the way, guys, I had to bring something up. Is payouts this year with $75. I wanted to make sure that we gave everybody fair payouts, and what we've done is we actually are using a tournament pay app, and it has national averages on there. So I think you'll find out that the bottom part of it is going to pay a little bit better, and the top of it is still going to do really well. But anyhow, today, 8th place, we're paying 8 places. 8th place was Tim Gard and Robert Williams, and they're taking $95 home. Their total weight was 7.56.
We were fishing about anywhere from 12 to 18 foot and just throwing plastic. The hot collar was black and chartreuse.
So were you sniping them today, or was you actually casting at them, or exactly what? See, this club's about learning, guys, as you know. So anyhow, I'm going to interview everybody. The people that are here right now, I'm hoping you might pick up a pointer that might actually help you, and that's what this club's all about, is learning. So, so could you tell us kind of a little bit more detail about what you were actually doing?
Yeah, if we'd see them out 20, 30 feet, we'd cast at some of them, and then sometimes they'd be 10 or 15 feet, and we'd push to them.
Okay.
And catch them that way also.
Okay. All right.
Great job, guys. This is a nice weight, 756. That's a great weight. Give them a hand. All right, finishing in 7th place today was 7.65 pounds. Taking home $110, Cody Deaton and Kurt Harlow.
You guys are new team. Okay.
These guys are a new team. The first year with Indiana Slab Masters, another Ohio team. But anyhow, it's always great to get these Ohio guys. They're all good fishermen. Anyhow, and there's this. If one of you guys could tell us, you know, the technique you were using, it doesn't have to be anything detailed like that, but we'd like to know what kind of baits, whether it may be a sponsor's product or the technique you were using. It might help somebody, give them a tip or a pointer.
Yeah, we were just casting the crappie monster uppercuts, black and chartreuse, that crappie 20, 30 feet out. We were in 15 foot of water, caught a good school of blackfish, and just kind of stayed on them all day.
All right, great job, guys. Congratulations to you. Give them a hand. All right, finishing in 6th place today was 7.70, taking home $140. Andrew Height and Taylor Sturgeon.
Congratulations. Let's tell us how you catch the fish.
We're just chasing them and holding a hair jig on their face till they ate.
Okay. So we did.
Were they a certain distance out before they were spooky, or they weren't spooky at all?
Nah, you could get right on them and just sit and
Wait for them to eat.
All right. Great job, guys. Hey, one last thing. Would you guys use any of the sponsors' products?
No, I make my own hair jigs.
Okay.
Never use them.
Hand-tied hair jigs. Okay. Give them a hand, guys, everyone. All right, finishing in 5th place today, taking home $155 with 7.77 pounds, Scott Childers and Cody McFarland. This is the first year finishing the club? Yes, sir. It's the second term. Congratulations. Yes. Congratulations. Great guy. Great job. Okay. One of you tell us that. Okay. Now, what we'd like to know is this, you know, if you're fishing live scope or forward-facing sonar, you know, kind of your technique and what you're doing, kind of baits. You heard the nationals or all of our sponsors, so if you're using them, make sure you give them a little plug too.
Now we used live scope today. We were mid-level depth, anywhere from 12 foot to 16 foot. The beginning stage flats for fish moving up. We caught everything on custom-made hair jigs that I make myself.
All right. All right. Congratulations to you. First year fishing the club, another first year team. We have got some serious competition this year, guys. It's going to be a good year. All right, the 4th place team today taking home $185, weighing 8.01 pounds, is your former president, Nate Noblet, and Ben Grumbles. Give them a hand.
Yeah, we just pretty much just chased open water fish all day. He was casting to them, and then once they got within 16 feet, I would drop a jig on top of them. I was using crappie magnet, orange and chartreuse. He's using Popeye chartreuse hair jigs, and that was about it. And we were in about 6 to 12 foot of water.
Congratulations, guys. Good job. We have had some fantastic weights out of this lake today. Unbelievable. This obviously live scope's changing the game for everybody, but at the same time, it's giving us some weigh-ins that are unbelievable. All right, our 3rd place team today has 3rd place and Big Fish, and they're taking home $210 with 8.17 pounds for 3rd place, and they're taking home $355 for Big Fish due to this crappie ruler. The guy that owns this company donated the ruler and $100 towards the Big Fish pot today. It's just a single tournament offer, so he added $100 into the Big Fish pot. And also for the Brookville tournament, just like we did for Monroe for Big Fish, Pops Jigs, there's a certificate here for a 12 hand-tied Pops hair jigs. And if you guys listen, he told us that there's not a lot of people taking him up on these. If you listen close, a lot of these guys are hand tying their own jigs and they're winning on them. So you might really want to consider getting these. He enjoys making them for people for this purpose. So the 3rd place team taking home $210 and the $355 for the Big Fish, Tyler Hampson and Troy Pippinger. 8.17 pounds.
There's big fish money, and this is obviously and there's a catch for third place. Now who's going to tell us how he got it?
All right, let us know, as everybody's here, everybody wants to know, could you just let us know how your technique was, what you're using? If you're using a sponsor's product, make sure you let them all know that, because we're recording this, and I'm sure they would like to know it too.
I was just chasing Roman fish in about 12 to 15 foot of water using a white and chartreuse uppercut.
So another crappie monster uppercut. So crappie monster, seems like we've had a couple of guys that have stood up here today, and it seems like it's working really well. The uppercut's been a very good productive bait for a lot of teams. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Finishing in second place today, taking home $440 with 8.61 pounds is the team of Doug Allen and Jim Allen. Of course, they're taking home a couple second place trophies as well.
So yesterday we started on the south end of the lake, just checking some of the clear water. A lot of the big blacks live south. As you know, Jim, you went fishing with me one time, and we caught some really good blacks down there. But just the numbers weren't there. The bigger fish down there were deep. They were like 20 foot deep. We worked our way all the way up to the dirty water just here below Fairfield, and that's where we started seeing a lot of crappie. You know, on the mud flats, anywhere from 10 to 6 foot. On the mud flats, you've seen a lot of roaming fish, seen some up high, and we were casting to them. We actually worked all the way up to Ely Creek, and that's where we caught most of our good fish. Most of them were caught casting, Fat Guys jigs, Rogers jigs. If you guys haven't used those, that's a very tough plastic. I really like, you know, the Southern Pro tubes and the Bobby Garlands, but you can catch maybe 4 or 5 fish on there and it just rips the bait. His baits don't do that. He puts a little bit of hardener in there. They got good flexibility and stuff. You can catch 50 fish on one bait, guarantee you. I mean, they're really good baits. He's got some really cool colors too. I like the purple and the monkey milk. That's probably one of my new favorites. But most of the jigs that we cast today was 16th ounce. Some were weedless in the heavy cover. Then we were jigging bobber some of the baits as well. We're also using some of the hand-tied hair jigs that my brother Jim makes. So,
All right. Any questions?
Thank you, Doug. Congratulations, guys. Good job. That was a nice bag of fish. All right, our top youth for the day is Landon McWhorter. Give him a hand, guys. We got this is our only youth that was fishing today. Tough conditions. So congratulate him for that. Good job.
All right.
All right, first place today, taking home $925, a couple of the state of Indiana plaques, 9.13 bag of fish. It was an awesome weight for this lake. If anybody's fished here for very many years with the Indiana Slab Masters, this probably is one of the top, if not the top weight that we've had here. But anyhow, the winning team is Nathan Boldman and Andrew Peffley. Come on up, guys. Give them a big round of applause.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Flags. Hopefully you like those new flags. Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they? Yeah, I tried to make them. You know, back to the president again. I just tried to make somebody would really like it. Yeah. So anyhow, who's going to tell us how you caught fish and if you're using a sponsor?
I'm gonna say a couple things and then I'll take care of it.
All right. Here's a word from your Brookville champs this year, and they both have a little bit to say.
First off, we want to thank Indiana Slab Masters and all their sponsors for putting this on. This is a great club. It's actually one of our first times fishing here. Andrew's been fishing here quite a bit, but it's actually our first tournament together fishing this club. And well-organized club. Thanks for having us out, guys. And a lot of you guys out here, we've seen you guys before. We fished against you all over the U.S. It was great coming out here fishing against you guys. Now coming into yesterday during practice, Andrew made a few casts. Fish wasn't reacting to it at all. As soon as he said give me the X13, I knew what I was doing all day, because he probably put 100 to 120 1.5s, or not 1.5s, 1.2s, 1.15s in the boat today. So he kept me really busy, but it was awesome. Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks, Nate. Nate owns and operates Nasty Nate's Baits in Urbana, Ohio. Makes all the soft plastics. Supplies me with everything I need. He's a great partner in the boat. Awesome friend. I don't know, it was awesome. You know, today on the water was a good day. We pre-fished yesterday. We found our better fish at the mouth of, what's this creek out here? Hannah Creek.
Yeah, Hannah Creek. Yeah.
That's where we found them. We checked it this morning. They weren't there. We moved out a little bit farther. We've seen a lot more catfish and, you know, just trash fish, that we'll call it, up shallower where the crappie were yesterday. So I said, well, we'll fish a little bit farther out, and then we'll fish everything else we had all the way up to the buoy field in Quakertown, and then work our way back after the sun gets up, warms them banks back up. And that's what we did. We upgraded 2 fish in the afternoon that really pushed it over the top. Caught our big fish first thing this morning right as time started. So I used to long line this lake a lot back in the day. I learned to live scope on this lake. It's a beautiful lake, and it was nice to come back, you know, and fish with you guys. It was great. Awesome. I appreciate everybody with the Indiana Slab Masters. It's a great club. It's a big turnout.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors too. We got Jenko Fishing, K9 Fishing Line, Lakeside Pro Bass, one of our local bait shops at Indian Lake. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Indian Lake, but if you guys could all just say a prayer for all them guys. They just went through a serious tornado up at Indian Lake, so we appreciate all the prayers. Mike's Spillway Bait and Tackle up at Fort Laramie in Ohio. Another one of our great sponsors, helps us a lot. And thanks again, guys. Thanks for having us out.
One more question for you guys. So you were using forward-facing sonar, live scope, whatever it may be. Were you I mean, several people mentioned that they were casting at them. Were you using long? I mean, you said the X13. So were you actually taking a long pole here? I'll let you tell us and kind of explain how you were getting and how far out that you were getting at them.
Yeah, like Nate said, pre-fishing, 1/8 ounce jig was just out. It was out swimming the fish, and they would turn off. we use an 1/8 ounce Goku jig with a number 4 2X heavy. They show up a whole lot better for us on the scope, so I'm going to stay with them. And I told him, I said, give me the X13. I said, we're just going to have to pitch to them. Most of the fish, if we got too close to just drop on them, they were just real spooked. So they knew we were there in that muddy water, and we X13'd everything. You know, just pitched to them, dropped on some we could, ran over too many. I think crappie breaks are in my future.
Could you tell us about the depth of the fish that were in that column of water? About the depth that you have seen a lot of your fish that was, you know, out there hanging that you were targeting?
I mean, you can catch fish anywhere up north. I mean, anything less than 30 foot of water, we were finding fish above the 10-foot mark typically. Like I said, yesterday, they were up high. They were on the banks. I don't know why with this sun they moved out, but they weren't on the banks for us today until late. We didn't notice them in our area. So we just covered everything in the no wake zone all the way to the buoy field. They were real skittish up there, so we moved back out, came back south of Eli, fished that west bank, and then cut back across to Hannah Creek.
Gotcha.
Great job, guys. One of our top weights ever here, if not the top, and you guys did a great job. Once again, guys, these Ohio teams are always really super tough, and we enjoy having them, and they are really good. A lot of them are, well, most of them are really good. So thanks a lot, guys. Give your champs a big hand. All right, we're going to call out the 50-50. Get your blue